if they lose tonight, it's really gonna like hit them hard. But I
Yeah.
think it's gonna really like get them focused because I think they need to really just with all the injuries, all their playmakers gone. It's I think it's a make or break. It's a make or break game. This game has more weight on it than like most people think because it's just like everyone's expecting them to win. All right. And
And
if
and
they
I and I was going
yeah,
to say I agree, right? I agree because if you look at just the way that this game feels, right? Shout out to you, Jeff. Uh, if you look at how this game feels, just it's not one of those situations where I wear this hat, I wear this jersey, I go into it, I feel comfortable, right? Normal Sundays, I feel comfortable about the Bills going into to a game. Tonight, it doesn't feel that way. It feels a lot more even than it should feel. And that's because of all the issues with the injuries. And that's because of, the mistakes that Allen has been making. And that's because of, the coaching. We get into the conversation in regards to whether or not Ken Dorsey should be fired. There's been talks. I'm not the only one saying that. There's been talks from the analysts, right? From within their own Bills camp. There's been talks about Ken Dorsey and whether or not he should be packing his bags. I really think tonight is what channels all of that because at the end of the day, if they don't find a way to win, and not just win, right? Not just, oh, you win by a field goal or you barely win by a touchdown. If you don't win by like 14 points and it's a dominant victory, there's still questions on the board. There's still questions that we have to ask in regards to the defense because listen, there's a lot of people right now that are nervous and worried, right? And I'm not saying that you should go into every game and be, yeah, we're going to win it, right? There's obviously another team on the other side that wants to win as well. But when you have a Bills team that has the dominance that the Bills have and the talent that they have, you shouldn't run into this question of saying, well, what's going on here? The Bills may lose tonight. And it's really unfortunate to feel that way.
yeah, for sure. Like just considering how dominant they've been for the past few years, it feels like they're a shadow of themselves, and like that could be due to the injuries and due to the play calling and whatnot. It just feels like they're not on the same page. It feels like they're not firing on all cylinders, and that's why they're letting some of these teams stay competitive in the games. And like it's kind of tough to watch, and you can't just walk away and then just expect the Bills to win because before you know it, the other team's in the game, and then it's just and at the end of the night during the press conference, they're very good with media. There's just like
Oh
it's a
yeah.
team game, it's a team game. We'll get it next time. Got to play
But
better.
nobody wants to hear that, right? No, I'm sick of. I'm sure that everyone in the Bills Mafia camp can sit here and say this with me. I'm sick of hearing the "Hey, we'll get them next week," or "Hey, we're gonna watch the tape," or "Hey, we made mistakes. We're gonna do better next week." When you hear that so many times, it starts to really make you question if this is just pre-made responses because this it's said so much. No one's taking accountability from the point of going beyond and what we know that they should, but it's just, oh yeah, I had a bad game, I'll make up for it next week, or we had a bad game and we'll make up for it next week. How are we going to fix it? That's what I would like to hear, because if we lose tonight, right, which all the chips are on the table,
Yeah,
as each week goes, people don't realize, or some people do realize, but the majority of people who don't realize this is as each game goes on from this point on, it determines where we sit in the playoffs.
exactly.
Right? It isn't like at the beginning of the season where you're not too worried about it, right? You can bounce back from a loss or two. But right now, these games are determining whether or not you're a wild card or you solidified your spot in the playoffs. And just like you said earlier, if it'd be crazy if the Bills don't make it. Like, what would that actually do, right, to the NFL in general? Because at that point, who do we have? The Chiefs again, right? Uh, the Lions potentially, Eagles
Mhm.
potentially, right? 49ers came back strong. So,
Yeah,
at that point, I don't have any hope in Burrow, right? From
mhm.
what I've seen yesterday. Again, CJ Stroud looked absolutely amazing. And
Yeah.
right now, they're saying that Stroud is basically next up. So we got the issue with Burrow. Then we got the issue with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is looking overrated now. He couldn't do anything against the 49ers defense. So I don't think it's going to be the Jaguars anymore. And now, what is it? The AFC North? The AFC North looks insane. Browns losing to the Ravens. So everything is wide open right now. Everything is wide open right now. You may see a run from the Browns happen, which nobody expected, just because they're finding a way to win.